Remarkable! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save! And Spark our champions!
Good on, Pepe! Goal! It doesn't get any better than that!
Hello everyone, welcome to the Game in Frame live stream. I'm Josh Pratt with Marlon Diaz behind camera, and we're at Hofstra Soccer Stadium for the second game in American Soccer Club's history. There you go, so sorry, we just had a brief network drop. Could be a little tricky out here at Hofstra at times. But as I was saying, on the opening day, American Soccer Club lost narrowly to Osna's FC, 2-1 on the opening day. Coach Fitzgerald, and I spoke to him earlier today, said he felt like the attitude of his players was fantastic. The work rate was fantastic, but he did think there's just a little bit of sharpness on the ball, a little bit of confidence that was perhaps lacking in that first half. It might have been pre-nerve jitters perhaps. But the last 20 minutes, they really started to groove. They yielded a goal late, courtesy of Brian Saramago. Coach Fitzgerald's message to the team, he said last night at training, was let's build upon those last 20 minutes, carry that into this evening. And they're certainly going to need to bring their A game tonight. They are facing New York Shockers, who not only won the NPSL North Atlantic Conference last year, but they also made the Final Four nationally. Now Shockers, if we have a quick look at the table, Shockers did lose their opening game of the season to Hartford City 1-0, but Hartford City finished runners-up in the North Atlantic last season. So both those teams on paper, the top two in this league you'd expect this season. Of course, a lot can change through seasons, but on paper this should be quite a tricky contest for American Soccer Club. They've got their crowd starting to filter in. And they're going to need that 12th man on the field today. And starting 11 news this evening. So a couple of changes for American Soccer Club. No Brian Saramago, he's unavailable tonight. That is a big miss. Leo Pinto and Shane Siegel start on the bench there instead of in the starting 11. They're replaced by Julio Espinal, Andrew Watson, and there's also going to be a debut for Nicholas Wilson. And the formation we're expecting the team to start with is 3-5-2. So Kenneth Cordova once again in goal. The debutant Nicholas Wilson will be at centre back. Jorge Nieto at left centre back. Andrew Watson at right centre back. Matthias Adamak in defensive midfield. Jose Mejia, Julio Espinal and Alberto. Adamak, Jose Mejia and Julio Espinal will be their midfield three. And then Alberto Nieto on the right wing. Starlin Acosta on the left wing. Aiden Colbe and Gomez, Juan Gomez, the centre forwards. So a change from how Coach Fitzgerald started last week. He began with a 4-3-3. He did actually switch right before half time to the 3-5-2. He's opted to start with that. And I asked him when I spoke to him earlier today why he had made that decision, and he said he just felt having the five in midfield really helps stretch the play a bit more, and also of course gives more numbers immediately to support the front two if they can transition it into the forward areas. We don't have the exact formation yet for New York Shockers, but we do know our starters. We're going to have Daniel Shannon in goal, and then the rest of the players in no particular order. We'll have to figure out their positions once they're in formation on the field. But we're going to have Dylan, Maxon, Antonio Lynch, Brandon DaCosta, Kyle McFarlane, Rude Apollon, who will most likely start up front. Only advertised centre forwards in the starting 11. Cannon Tabo, Seth Scarano, Berger, Thorsteinsson, Mohamed Katazi Tenzin, Wang Yao, and Yusuf Okain. Guys, we should have the kickoff relatively soon. It looks like we are a bit delayed actually, and I think the countdown has gone to 14 past. I think Shockers were running a bit behind. We saw them come in just about 20 minutes ago, so they're just being given a bit more time to warm up, get themselves ready. But we should have kickoff about 7:15, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards, so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential. Hello and welcome back to Hofstra. American Soccer Club making their way in the field. They are in the all white. We do have the delayed kickoff to 7:15 because Shockers were a bit disrupted in their travel. So they've had a little bit of a shortened warm-up time, but then perhaps they want Shockers. And the game must go on. And it could not be a better evening for soccer in terms of the weather. We're seeing about 65 degrees, perfect sunset. We've actually got another NPSL game happening right at the moment. Jackson Lions taking on Philadelphia and Union. Jackson Lions has already taken the lead in that game. That's in the Keystone East Conference. And American Soccer Club would also like to thank their sponsors tonight: Orland and Cohen, Lifevac, Macron, Lynbrook, and Lynbrook. East Rockaway Soccer Club will have more detailed reads for them at half time, but the club would like to thank them for sponsoring. Of course, we'd like to thank Salt Athletic, the Game and Frame exclusive sponsor, supporting brilliant nights in East Coast soccer like tonight.
Tonight's match is brought to you by Lifevac. Your opponent this evening is New York Shockers from Albany, New York. And now for today's starting lineups. First, for the visitors. At midfield, number 2, Dylan Maxon. At back, number 3, Antonio Lynch. At back, number 5, Tenzin Wangyao. At midfield, number 6, Kyle McFarland. At midfield, number 7, Yusuf Okine. At back, number 12, Berger Thordseinson. At midfield, number 13, Muhammad Kaitazi. At forward, number 15, Rude Aperon. At midfield, number 17, Kanan Tebow. At midfield, number 23, Seth Scarano. And in goal, number 00, Daniel Shannon. The head coach of New York Shockers is John Adesico. And now, the starting lineup for your ASC New York Fighting Tomcats. At back, number 3, Stalin Acosta. At back, number 4, Jorge Nieto. At Palacios, Victor Bertin, Rob Malicchio, and Ben Koch. The head coach in his first season is John Fitzgerald. Our medical staff from Orland and Cohen Orthopedic Group, certified athletic trainer Joe Grillo, and team doctor Craig Lovett. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please rise and remove all caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Well, there we go. Both teams ready for their second National Premier Soccer League game of the season. Both looking for their first points of the campaign and to bounce back from their defeats last weekend. American Soccer Club once again in the all-white strip. Shockers in the yellow and black. Matthias Adamak, the born and bred Long Island boy, one of many in the squad, wearing the armband for American Soccer Club this evening. Antonio Linge wearing it for New York Shockers. Again, our starting 11 and the lineup, the formation for American Soccer Club. Kenneth Cordova, of course, in goal once again. Very changed shape to start with from where they started last weekend. It's going to be a 3-5-2. Andrew Watson in the starting 11 at right centre-back. Nicholas Wilson, his first minutes of the season, will be at centre-back. And then Jorge Nieto will be the left centre-back. Stalin Acosta and Alberto Nieto will be the wing-backs. Matthias Adamak, Jose Mejia sing in front of them, Julio Espinal in the number 10, and then a front two of Aiden Kolb and Juan Gomez. So the biggest news really for American Soccer Club, other than that change in system, is the absence of Brian Saramago, who's not available tonight. That is certainly a big miss. He was at the heart of a lot of their attacks and build-up, and of course scored the history-making first goal ever for American Soccer Club. But Coach Fitzgerald told me he knew quite a long way in advance that Brian was going to be unavailable for this evening. He's prepared. And Julio Espinal, who's come in instead of him, is very useful player in his own right, very technical, very tricky. As Juan Gomez kicks us off. Game 2 in the NPSL campaign for both these sides, both looking for their first points. On paper, Shockers, you'd feel the favourites, having made the national Final Four last year, as well as winning this conference in regular season and in post-season. But a lot can change in a year. And this American soccer club started slowly last week, but they finished strong. Can they carry that momentum into tonight? Coach Fitzgerald said they had an excellent week of training. Most recent one, 9 p.m. last night. So coming fresh off the training field. He said the energy is good, motivation is strong. And Hofstra bleachers are beginning to fill out. And what is a scenic evening weather-wise for this soccer game. Watson hammering it down the line. Got caught a little bit late there by Rude Apollon. Now Brito is the centre ref this evening. He felt there was not really a lot of contact in that. Bonsteinson working it back. There's a slip in the middle and Jose Mejia will begin scampering forwards. Didn't have a lot in front of him. Espinal, his first start of the season. And drilled by Jorge Nieto with precision to his twin brother, Alberto, who brings it down, whips it in, header of the far post. Just over the crossbar. Big, big chance early for American Soccer Club. There's Juan Gomez, who really should have done better. He was all by himself, couldn't get over that ball, just had to keep it down. He got enough power on it. Peach of a cross by Alberto Nieto. A peach of a crossfield ball as well by Jorge. A positive start by the hosts. It looks as if Shockers are lining up with a 4-3-3 as that is lofted forwards. Jorge Nieto taking no chances. Apollon couldn't get it under a spell. Espinal just caught it on his neck instead of head. Toss down the channel for Shockers. There'll be a throw in for American Soccer Club. Nicholas Wilson, tonight, his first minutes of the season. He's a rising senior at Stony Brook. Played 10 games in his junior year. And another local boy, went to Newfield High School, about 40 miles east of here. Mejia. So important for American Soccer Club's possession game, keeps things ticking over. And he wins it back, and then razzle and dazzle, Maradona turns his man. Jorge Nieto again looking for that crossfield ball, this time intercepted by Thorsteinsson. I think Coach Fitzgerald will be really pleased with these first 4.5 minutes from his team. It looked much sharper and more confident on the ball already. Bit more of a zip in the tempo and willing to make those diagonal balls. Higher risk diagonal balls. Costa. Gomez already had that good chance. Drill crossfield by Mejia. Nieto coming into the area. Ball just ran away from him. But he is already getting a fair amount of joy down that right side. Alberto Nieto. He's got him behind Thorsteinsson twice. Alarm bells might be ringing early for Coach Seco. There was a slip, an unfortunate one by Mejia, and as he felt, he handled it. And Shockers, in comparison to American Soccer Club, looking a little bit off the tempo at the start. Some basic mistakes. They had a disrupted trip here. They don't look like they've entirely come off of the bus yet. Mejia. Gomez's pass was cut out. And Daniel Shannon. Manuel just going direct towards Apollon. Wilson, or even Watson, let that bounce. Managed to win the second ball. Lovely flick by Katazi, and he drills it out with precision to that right side. Very heavy first touch though. The right back. Canon Thibault. Does get a throw in. Gomez got clattered from behind by Antonio Linge. Gomez started out on the flank last weekend for American Soccer Club in the more central position tonight alongside Kolb. And Kolb started in centre forwards last week as well, but as a lone centre forwards, went in a little heavy there on Thorsteinsson, did Kolb. He didn't make much of an impact on Sunday. Last Sunday, Kolb didn't get a lot of the ball, but see if he can make his mark this evening. Thorsteinsson. McFarlane. It's a good ball out to O'Kane. Thibault. Katazi. Thibault again. O'Kane. Adamak cutting it out. The first bit of possession that Shockers have managed to sustain as they begin to settle into the evening. As I said that, another quite basic error. Wilson. Adamak dropping deep. Kolb. He just showed a little bit too much of that ball to McFarlane. There's a good tackle by the midfielder. Gave Katazi, a hospital ball there that the midfielder dealt with that well, and that's a clever give and go. Maxon towards the far post. A little bit too high for Apollon. Yusuf O'Kine will keep it in. Here's Thibaut. That's a really good recovery. By Mejia. And even better for American Soccer Club, the last touch came off of Thibaut. Gomez. Pass a little too heavy there for Mejia. Shot spin in the middle, and O'Kine might be in behind. He was that full stretch for that shot. And he didn't connect properly. I was wondering for a second if he was going to try and take that around Cordova, who'd come out. Really gambled big. But I think O'Kine was just stretching for that ball. So that's why he just poked it in to try and go for the shot. And then he tried to buy himself a penalty afterwards, but I don't think there was much in that. Good defence splitting pass down the middle, though. And we saw a glimpse there of Yusuf O'Kine's electric pace. And now it's American Soccer Club who are just faltering a little bit these last few minutes. A few misplaced passes here and there. Lynch floating it down the channel. McFarlane. It's a commanding header by Alberto Nieto. That looked as if they'd run out from Espinal. Given away a little bit cheaply by Acosta. Yo. Upon McFarlane. Thornsteinson. Scarano. Thornsteinson again. Scarano. And Apollon. Superbly timed tackle by Nicholas Wilson, but it will be the first corner of the evening for New York Shockers, who are certainly probing this American Soccer Club back line now. Corner's given short. Maxon heavy with his touch. McFarlane. The captain's tackle. Another corner kick. Maxon squandered the opportunity a little bit with the heavy touch. He had a decent amount of time. This one's going to be swung straight into the box. Headed clear partially by Nieto. And then Espinal completes it. And here's Juan Gomez down the channel. Kolb. If he can hold this up, there's acres of space on the right side for Espinal, who's making his way towards the penalty area. Gomez. Good defending by Thornsteinson. Canny defending. Just pulled out of the tackle at the last second, forced the touch. Play from Gomez. McFarlane. Scarano. Back to Wang Yao. Thibaut. Tazzy a little fortunate to keep the ball. And what I'm noticing, even when Shockers have the back line, they're immediately pushing 4 players up onto the halfway line, onto the defensive line of American Soccer Club. That is giving them the more direct option. Apollon is a decent target man. I think probably the centre-backs have got a bit more height on him. Floodlights are just beginning to boot up here, but we've still got about another 20 minutes of daylight. Sun will set at 8 p.m. tonight. McFarlane. Espinal got some of the ball, but too much of the man for Lionel Brito's liking. Thorsteinsson, who's seen a lot of the ball early on. Thibaut. O'Kine around the corner. And that will run to Maxson. O'Kine going for a speculative shot. Nothing more than speculative. Wasn't well caught. Well over the crossbar. Okay, tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic, who have made the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag. Their case uses anti-microbial technology to block smell, making for odour-free car rides and houses. Salt is offering the gaming frame community an exclusive 10% discount. Scan the QR code to get 10% off and keep it fresh. Wilson has lost it, and here's O'Kine. Surely it's an opener for the Shockers, and it's a shocking moment for Nicholas Wilson. He dilly-dallied on the ball far too long, and he gave Yusuf O'Kine a first goal of the season on a platter. A horrible moment on his debut for Nicholas Wilson. He'll have to forget it quickly. And so American Soccer Club, they are down 1-0 after 18 minutes against the North Atlantic Conference champions. And perhaps the pressure was building just a little bit from Shockers on American Soccer Club, but the way they've scored will really disappoint Coach Fitzgerald. And this perhaps is a big next 5 or 10 minutes for American Soccer Club. Can they just steady their ship and hold their nerve? They've got more defending to do here, American Soccer Club. Whipped in towards the near post. And that was a decent chance for Scarano. Didn't catch it cleanly. Here is Nicholas Wilson. It's looking adventurously up towards Kolb. Loose ball come to Mejia, who spotted a little space behind the Shockers backline, who had stepped up. So would have to have been very well weighted indeed to capitalise. Andrew Watson puts that into the stands. One back by Mejia. American Soccer Club could just do with a little bit of possession, settled possession on the ball. Feels like it's been about 10 minutes since they've had that after quite a positive start here. Daniel Shannon. Thorsteinsson popping up, Adamak meeting it with a meaty header. Just knocked up by Apollon. Right now I think Shockers are winning the midfield battle. Most of those 50-50s, they're coming away with the ball. Boy, Nieto very composed there. Right, again, lost by American Soccer Club. Thorsteinsson. Wang Yao. Kazazi lost his bearings. Again, it's just lost cheaply by American Soccer Club. They're all over the place at the moment. McFarlane on the edge of the area, slotting it in to Scarano. And that situation was well policed by Nicholas Wilson. Adamak. Espinal. That's better from American Soccer Club. It's Gomez. The cross not the right quality. Stanley Acosta had ventured up into the centre forward's position. Wang Yao. Maxon. Thibaut. Calm under pressure. That's worked out to Thorsteinsson. The defending North Atlantic champions playing with a confident step at the moment. McFarlane. Thibaut. Asking a lot there of Maxon. Mejia. Nieto. Down the channel. Starting Acosta. Katazi with him. Acosta drilling it in. That was not a bad ball at all to Colbate, who was a foot or so behind it, but the gap was open and Acosta found it. And it looks as if there's been a positional switch here. I think Starlin Acosta might have gone into the front too, with Juan Gomez now on left wing. Certainly looks that way from where the players are positioned. One in the middle by Espinal. Adamak. Wilson. Alberto Nieto. Him and his twin brother, Jorge, hailing from Ecuador. They grew up there and played some Serie B in Ecuador. And here is Nieto, and he's going to win American Soccer Club's first corner of the night.
And let's make some noise for the corner.
Julio Espinal will deliver. Floated towards the far post. Went through a lot of bodies, headed back in by Gomez. Wilson got a touch on it. But difficult for him to really generate the power or direction on that as it came back across. Adamak battling to win it back for American Soccer Club. Mejia. Wilson. Espinal. Jorge Nieto. Wilson. Mejia. Tried to force the ball into Acosta. Cut out simply enough by Linge. That switch over hit there for Gomez. More on that side. We're approaching the 30-minute mark. Yusuf O'Kine giving Shockers the lead, capitalising on an error by Nicholas Wilson. American Soccer Club made a positive start. The first 10 minutes, very sharp, created a good opportunity. Header for Juan Gomez. Went over the crossbar, but a good chance. On another day, certainly could have been a goal. But Shockers, after the slow start, really kicked into gear. Certainly been the better side since then. Can American Soccer Club just find their feet a bit again? That's a good bit of play by Gomez. Espinal. Receives it again. Shockers sitting quite deep. Happy to let their host play in front of them. Alberto Nieto. What can he conjure up? Driving towards the byline. Dinking it towards the far post. Gomez heads it back on frame. A relatively comfortable save for Shannon. I think actually that was... Yeah, no, it was Gomez. I thought for a second it might have even been Jorge Nieto all the way up. It was Gomez. And he got a decent amount of power on that header, Gomez, but not the easiest angle, and comfortable save at the near post in the end for Daniel Shannon. But again, Alberto Nieto, the creator of the chance, did really well to drive down to the byline. Been the brightest spark for American Soccer Club thus far. Commanding header by Nicholas Wilson. McFarlane wins the 50-50. Here stuck close to term, but it'll be a throw-in to the Shockers. Gomez.
Stay tuned at halftime for the life back halftime shootout.
Yeah, lost the ball and then gave it away. The free kick. Pumped into the area. Watson with the header. Alberto Nieto. And McFarlane got, I think, a little touch on the ball. He's feeling very aggrieved, but he's certainly lunged into that tackle. I think maybe the referee was giving Alberto Nieto the free kick for a little nudge beforehand. Could see here quite clearly that McFarlane did get a slight toe on it. Although I think you could probably argue, have to watch it back there, maybe he had lunged a bit with a tackle. Here's Kolb. He's strong, he's turned his man. Aidan Kolb! He shaves the far post. Did brilliantly there, the number 7. Totally left Wang Yao in the dust, rolled him, and very nearly bent it in from the most acute of angles. Been better from the Tomcats these last 5 minutes. Showing more signs of life. And talking about life, we'll talk about one of the sponsors tonight for American Soccer Club, LifeVac, who have made a revolutionary anti-choking device. Choking actually one of the main causes of accidental death in the world. And the LifeVac has now saved over 4,000 lives worldwide. American Soccer Club would like to give them a big thank you for supporting their inaugural season. Thorstein didn't do out on that ball too long. Mejia wasn't having any of it. By Nieto. And that chance that Cobb created for himself just a moment ago, I think definitely his brightest moment so far this season. He showed right there why Coach Fitzgerald has chosen to start with him a second week running. So a really sharp spin, and he had the confidence to go for it, even with an narrow angle. Adamak, lovely floated ball to Alberto Nieto. He's reversed it into Espinal, who goes for the top left corner. The belief is building for the hosts. He was certainly going for that top left corner there, Espinal. He didn't catch it quite right. But again, it's down the right flank where the traffic is starting for American Soccer Club. And it's through Alberto Nieto. Nicholas Wilson hitting that off of the floodlight post. Perfect bounce back onto the field. Thorsteinsson. Mejia had a little arm on the back. Daniel Shannon. Katazi loose with his pass. T.S. Adamak. Watson gives it back to Cordova. It's a good ball by Wilson, and Adamak with a positive touch forward. I think it might have been for himself. It was intercepted, and Wilson's got to keep his wits about him, and he did really well to shepherd that back to Kenneth Cordova. Nieto, he beats Thorsteinsson as if he wasn't even there. And he feeds on to Matthias Adamak. Options in the middle for the skipper. Drills it in. Brought down. Espinal. Once again, the strike lacking, but the build-up spot on. Tempo's really stepped up from the Tomcats. 3 chances in quick succession. That came off of a hand there. Taken quickly by Boy Nieto. Gomez. And Nieto is going to go direct towards Kolb. Gomez. There'll be a throw-in for American Soccer Club. They were outshot quite markedly last week, American Soccer Club, by Elseners FC. But this evening, they've certainly had more than the Shockers so far, at least. Watson. Gets it back from Mejia. Gomez. Espinal. He's turned his man. Julio Espinal. It's a lovely ball. Alberto Nieto. Mejia. Corner kick. They're finding the spaces. Can they capitalise? It's going to be a Julio Espinal delivery once again. What can he cook up? Swung towards the edge of the 6-yard box. A big header clear by Wang Yao. Thomas Gomez retrieves. Here's Acosta. Mejia. Adamak. They finally got a lot of foot in it. Alberto Nieto opting to keep it in. Wilson. It's a good ball. Acosta and Espinal and Kolb. It's just picked off of his toe as he looked to pull the trigger. Adamak wins it back. American Soccer Club are all over Shockers at the moment. They're turning the screws on their guests. Here they come again, Gomez. And Julio Espinal is on. No, he's off the flag. Was a little delayed, but it's up. Espinal again put it over the crossbar in any case. Look very tight, that offside call. There's a real fluidity at the moment in American soccer club system that they're really switching positions a lot. Espinal now in the centre forwards alongside Kolb. Acosta's gone back to the number 10. You can see the chemistry building for this new side. Kolb holds off Thorsteinsson. He didn't give up on it. Kolb got through a few bodies. Wasn't a lot of venom behind the strike, but Shannon, I think, saw that ball quite late. Thorsteinsson. Just about keeping it. Kastazi. Lynch drilling it up. Wilson with the header. Referee's going to play advantage here. Acosta was hacked down. Espinal. And Lionel Brito not positioning himself particularly well there. Gomez. Watson. Mejia. Espinal. Nieto. Espinal again. Just ran out of options. Rude Apollon strong. Can he just relieve some pressure here for Shockers? And he's done exactly that. Really well played by the centre forwards. They needed that. A little while since they've escaped their own half. But they can bring the ball up now. Katazi. Thorsteinsson. That's a heavy touch by the left back. Espinal finds Acosta. Acosta's first touch wasn't good enough. McFarlane. And he slipped that over the top and the flag is up against Apollon. Looked as if there's a foot or so in it. And guys, we've got so much action on Game and Frame this weekend. 16 games in total. Here's some to particularly look out for tomorrow. It's a title deciding day in the APSL Metro Conference as well as the CSL. Nyack are taking on the Pan Cyprians at 12:15 p.m. in the American Premier Soccer League. If the Pan Cyprians win, a second league title in the APSL has added to their budding trophy cabinet, or bulging I should say. It's got plenty in it. We'll get back to that in a second. Let's just see how this attack builds up as that's whipped in. Comfortable header for Wilson. Here we'll keep it in and it's worked back to Watson. Also, we're going to have more APSL action, or NPSL action, excuse me, in the evening tomorrow. Austin's FC, who won here last week in their first ever NPSL game, they're going to host New Haven United FC at St. John's. And then we'll have Renegades against East Coast, another Long Island type. That'll be at 7:30 p.m. in the UPSL Northeast. And then Richmond County against the Greek Americans, the American Premier Soccer League. Richmond County embroiled in the thick of a relegation battle. And the Greeks have a chance still to win the league title if the Pan Cyprians slip up. You can see our full live streaming schedule tomorrow on our YouTube channel. All the events are scheduled also on our Instagram. This first half is fading in the final minutes. But I think Coach Fitzgerald will be really pleased with the last 15 or so minutes from his side. Probably the best 15 minutes they've played this season. And against the North Atlantic Conference champions. Acosta going down. And I think he's just making a meal of that. The referee didn't buy it. His O'Kine, the goal scorer. Thibaut. That ball went out. That'll be a throw-in. Can't imagine we'll have a lot of stoppage time. Wilson, who I think has reacted well after that error that led to the goal. He's kept his head. Every player has a moment like that at some point, and it's really how you react that matters. Tenacious by Mejia. And that's certainly a free kick. And McFarlane's going to go into the book. It's been a well-tempered first half overall, but I think McFarlane had accumulated a few of those fouls and perhaps a little frustration after getting muscled off it by the comparatively diminutive Mejia. And I think Watson is just going to draw this up into the penalty area for potentially a late chance as we approach the half-time whistle. It is fired up towards the edge of the penalty area. Big leap by the skipper. And that will go out for a goal kick. Actually a free kick. Wilson took a bit of a hack there. Just got a warning, and that is the final action of the first half. Yusuf Okine capitalising on the error to give Shockers their first goal of the season and their first lead of the season. There's a spell in the middle of the half where Shockers really had American Soccer Club under pressure, but the hosts reacted well. Last 15 minutes certainly were the better side, created 3 or 4 good chances, just lacking the finish, but lots for them to be hopeful about for this second half. And just before we go to our ad break, guys, really quick, I'll just give a quick shout out to the other sponsors for American Soccer Club tonight, as well as Lifehack. We have All In and Cohen, who give proud support to the American Soccer Club New York Tomcats. They feature a team of board-certified, fellowship-trained orthopedic specialists, as well as in-house advanced diagnostic imaging, neuromuscular testing, pain management, physical rehabilitation, and occupational therapy. And also Macron proudly supports American Soccer Club. Macron works hard to create cutting-edge, high-performance sportswear to support athletes from grassroots to professionals in their efforts to become their own hero on and off the field. So American Soccer Club would like to thank those sponsors, as well as, of course, as Lifehack, who has their amazing anti-choking device. And they also would like to thank Linebrook East Rockaway Soccer Club. Well, guys, we've got our Lifehack corner kick out in a moment. We'll come back to that shortly, but for now we're going to go to our ad break. Don't go now, guys. We'll be back shortly with the second half.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards, so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
Quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Quick release for Hernandez. You know Hernandez is going to get there. Got some work to do. It's one man taking on an army, and it is Hernandez. He took on hell with a squirt gun, and he quenched the flames. Justine Nunez Hernandez, an impressive stamp on the match.
Foxy. There's a shot, and K-Zune beats it away again.
About it. They don't want to let this opportunity pass without equalizing. Fake shot, fake. The third shot, low and a goal! A couple dummies and a low shot makes this game 1-1.
Right side, isn't it? Can he bend it around the wall? He's gone for it, and it's tipped over the crossbar. Lovely fingertip save by Perez. Let's see if it's enough to stop them. Joe Holland. Once again, Perez called into action.
Now trot. Cross.
Oh my word! What a goal! What a team goal from New York International!
Back to the captain with a lot of space. Crossed inside, using his chest. Aristotle Zazulin to the rescue. As now his defensive expertise put to the test. Diaz trying to shield the ball away from Diallo. Diallo squeezing past. Still with the assist. Goal! South Bronx United.
The ball is back into play. Beautiful work, Winder with the nutmeg.
Room to move here. This is Waring again. Waring puts it into the middle. Doggart! Doggart! They can't clear it off the line! Orson Doggart puts the finishing touch.
Shango can't quite keep it. Yo, pick it up. Dangerous area. Malachi with a shot. Beautiful save from the keeper.
Now he's on. Kamara's on sides. Kamara gets around the keeper. This could be it. Could finish. It's 2. That's the final whistle. Polonia seals the deal in the last kick of the game. What an effort there by Kamara.
Welcome back, everyone. We've got our life back penalty shootout at the moment. It's not easy. It's a deceptively small hole. Tonight is ODP night. The American Soccer Club is closely tied to a lot of the youth soccer associations in Long Island.
Everybody get it? All right, hold on. Over here. One ball. One ball per line. Oh, that's a good point. So, all right, so you don't go to the other side. You go around and you come back to the same line. Give it to the, what's up?
Life back is an upper airway clearing device that is the safest, simplest method to save an aspirating person. Their goal is to save as many lives as possible throughout the world. As of today, LifeBack has recorded over 4,000 lives saved. For more information, visit lifeback.net.
Sit down when you're done. Go, Eddie, take the ball, go.
sportswear for professional, semi-professional, and amateur teams. For more information, visit macron.com and be your own hero. Brew Egg is the official experiential marketing and fabrication partner of ASC New York. Acer is the official synthetic turf provider of ASC New York.
New York Shockers are back out on the field. American Soccer Club yet to emerge. We are hearing from the American Soccer Club changing room.
BQE soccer
We're going to have a substitution. Leo Pinto, who started last week, is going to come on for Starlin Acosta, even, excuse me, for the second half. Pinto, typically a centre midfielder, and it looked as if Acosta had switched into the centre midfield after starting out on the wing this evening. So I imagine Pinto will go somewhere into that middle three. American Soccer Club emerging from the changing room. Again, I think there's a lot of positives they could take from that first half, despite being behind. Created more chances. It's just one poor error that really has cost them. But there's no reason to think, based upon that first 45 minutes, they can't turn this around.
Entering the game for your Tomcats, number 8, Leo Pinto.
It looks as if New York Shockers are unchanged. We'll just verify that once we've seen all the players in the field. It looks like actually we might have one substitution. We have one player who's come onto that left side. As soon as we hear it from the announcer, we'll let you know who it is. I believe it's Scarano, excuse me, who's made way. Rude Apollon will get us started for the second half. Just waiting here for Pinto. And he is going to slip into the centre midfield as had been expected. And Apollon will get us underway for the second half. Shockers with the narrow lead, but by no means looking unassailable for the Tomcats. Early physical tussle between Jorge Nieto and the goalscorer O'Kine. It actually looks like Scarano has stayed on. He's moved into the middle. As that ball was floated in, a little awkward for Jorge Nieto, dealt with it with good composure. It's actually, I think maybe one of the centre-backs who's gone off, because you can see McFarlane there, who's slipped into centre-back. I think it's Wang Yao who's made way. So McFarlane's gone back into the back four. Scorano is moved into the midfield trio. Now we just need to get a look at the number on the back of that player on the far side. Is now on the left wing for Shockers. Sorry guys, we just temporarily lost connection. Just for a few seconds, nothing eventful happening. It's a little bit dicey at Hofstra at times, being a little bit further out from the cell towers. Pinto overran that a little bit. Max on around the corner. Katazi. The newcomer for Shockers dwelt on that ball a little bit too long. Roy Nieto. Ball runs all the way back to Lynch. Alberto Nieto was a little corner there. He did well to win a throw for his side. Colby. Pinto. Gomez. Well, policed by Thibaut. Apollon. Maxon. Maxon still with it. He thought about having a shot there and then he had another swing in it. He did an attempt. Well tackled by Alberto Nieto, and now American Soccer Club will look to break. Colby will race after this. He's all by himself at the moment. Mejia's now up with him. Espinal too. Colby towards that far post. Ball will just stay in. Gomez keeps it alive. Espinal. And now lots of yellow shirts back. Adamak. Nieto. He's going to drill it in towards Colby, who launched himself at it and came in late on Lynch. Thorstein said he's going to drill that down the channel, about asking a lot of his winger. You know, I actually believe that's it's number 10 on that far side, Marcelo Michael, who's on. Featured in the first game as well. Lovely floated ball over the top. Juan Gomez. Thibaut with him. Gomez still with it. He's looking on that far side for Alberto Nieto, his opposite wing back. Nearly found him. That's lost there, and it's played inside. Chance here. Gomez saved and just around the post. Biggest chance yet for American Soccer Club. It seemed destined there for Gomez, but Daniel Shannon made himself so big. That was a magnificent save. Corner kick is all American Soccer Club come out of it, but there's still a chance there. Given short. Espinal. Mejia, he's onside. Throw in. Neto. Well, he was well and truly dreaming if he thought he was going to score from that distance. And I think getting a few side-eye glances from his teammates. Had other options. The missed opportunities are racking up in this game for American Soccer Club. But you cannot fault the chance creation tonight, and it was lacking last week until the final stages. They really struggled to find penetration. They found the penetration tonight, just not the finish thus far. That's going to be a booking for Watson, who hauled down Apollon and then hoofed the ball away in descent.
Yellow card shows number 18, Andrew Watson.
And this is just about in shooting range for the Shockers. We're about 30 yards out, right in the limits of shooting range, but very centrally positioned. Dylan Maxon standing over it alongside Katatsi. But it is going to be Maxon to take. He's going to dink it over. That's clever. And it was a really important clearance by Gomez all the way back there. Actually, excuse me, I think that might have been Watson. Shockers nearly caught American Soccer Club's back line, cold-footed there. Floated in, that's a dangerous ball. Precariously flashed across the face of the 6-yard box. There'll be another corner kick. Referee spotting a little argy-bargy. I think between Cordova and Okainu standing on him. Boy, Nieto's gone there now to protect his keeper. Swung in towards the near post. Set back. Maxon! A foot over the crossbar. Sat up decently for him. Got lots of hammer behind it. Couldn't keep it down. Scarano is just struggling there for a second. Moving again now. Called over. Nieto. Wilson. Maxon putting in the yards to press the ball. The American Soccer Club have played out of it. Espinal. Here even. Wilson going direct. That's a useful ball. But Alberto Nieto charging his man like a linebacker. He just leaned a little bit too heavily there, Nieto. I think probably Thorsteinsson made the most of it, but as soon as you angle your shoulder down like that, at least in the game of football where you play it with your feet, a whistle will go, generally. Apollon. Thorsteinsson. Maxon. O'Kane. This worked well to Thibaut, who flashes it across the face of goal. So really good interception by Wilson. But he's been played a bit of a hospital ball there by Gomez. And there wasn't a lot he could do with that. And then return the favour and cannon off of his teammate's chest. It'll be a throw in for Shockers deep inside the Tomcats half. O'Kane, lovely footwork, and he's going to get a free kick. Near the corner flag. Approaching the hour mark. Very good chance for Juan Gomez so far this half, and also a decent one for Maxon at the other end. Maxon will take this free kick. It's dinked in. Big head by Adamak. Espinal gives it to Gomez, and the counter-attack is on here for American Soccer Club. Espinal. Just too heavy for Alberto Nieto. Well played on by Pinto. Adamak. The idea was there, but the pass was too heavy. Boy, Nieto, strong but fair on the back of O'Kane. Gomez. Pinto. Past one man, he got clipped. Referee plays advantage. Pinto. Colby. And that was a really dangerous moment for Thorsteinsson. He had to get a touch in it because Espinal was behind him waiting to apply a finish. A horrible moment for the defender to have to get something on that. Coming at shin height with so much pace. Did well to redirect it over the crossbar. Corner kick for American Soccer Club. Espinal to deliver. 30 minutes left here at Hofstra. Apollon with the first header. Mejia. Wilson. And Espinal. No one there on the penalty spot. Fired back in. Colby. Colby. Espinal. And Colby! It just won't hit the back of the net for American Soccer Club. They are huffing and puffing on the Shockers door, but they can't blow it down. Corner kick again. Will the goal come? Espinal back into the mixer. Wilson. Hat clear. By McFarlane, anything will do for the Shockers for now. And Watson ran that out. Hey guys, reminder, we've got lots more action coming up on Game of Frame tomorrow. 16 games, losing count in total this weekend. At 12:15 p.m, the Pan Cyprian Freedoms can win the American Premier Soccer League title. That season started in September. The campaign could be concluded, at least in the regular season, if they beat Nyack. And then we're going to have more NPSL action. Osna's host New Haven United at 7 p.m. Sorry guys, we had a network drop briefly as well. Nothing missed. Shannon. Drilled up. Wilson came in behind Apollon, who's in a heap on the ground. Coach Fitzgerald is preparing a double substitution. Juan Gomez, who I think will be disappointed he couldn't hit the back of the net tonight with some of the opportunities he had, will make way, and also Colby. So both the centre forwards off. Chris Morandi on 2. So Shane Seagull on and Chris Morandi on. It looks as if Seagull's gone to centre forwards. Perhaps with Espinal now, and Morandi might be on the left wing-back position. Adamak does well to turn his man and feeds that up towards Seagull, his first touch. It's a clever one, he's looking for the other sub, Morandi, read by Lynch. Apollon is down with another hefty yelp. McFarlane. Team free kick. Pinto. Seagull. Mejia. Slipping it through. The gap was there, the pass was just too heavy. Adamak, that's clever. Kept alive by Seagull. Whipped out to Morandi. He's past T-Boat. And then that's going to be a free kick in a very appetising position for the Tomcats. Morandi steps back ominously. Daniel Shannon's put 4 in his wall. American Soccer Club need a big moment. Morandi cannoned into the wall. I think it was Apollon who took that in the head, and he's down again. And the referee has no choice but to call on the trainer when it's a head impact. To be fair, that was hit with quite some vigour by Morandi. But I think we're going to see more and more of this in the final 20 or so minutes. From Shockers, just to try and take some of the momentum out that American Soccer Club were building. Mejia, Espinal, and O'Kine came back from off the field. Coach Fitzgerald is absolutely incensed about that. I think he's got some right to be, because O'Kine was off field and Watson wasn't aware he had come back on and entered the field of play, and he snuck up behind him there. And Coach Fitzgerald making his case to Lionel Brito, and I think he has a point there. The officials really have to police carefully when the players come back on. You cannot let a player back on the field if the ball is nearby where he's trying to re-enter. And that certainly met the quota. We are going to see a change here. O'Kine has been replaced. As has Rude Apollon. Oh, actually, no, excuse me. Apollon is coming back on. He was just getting medical treatment. So Yusuf O'Kine, the goal scorer, is off. And replacing him is Owen Brandt. It's a straight swap. Brandt on the right wing. And the referee still talking to Coach Fitzgerald. It looks like another change is going to be made as well for Shockers. Perhaps not on this break, but we'll see one soon. Just 5 outfield subs named on their bench today. I don't think they'll mind those delays at all, because American Soccer Club were on top before the significant break. Going to get a lot of stoppage time. Floated in. And a simple grab for Cordova. Nieto. Morandi. Pinto, well played out of the pressure by American Soccer Club. Mejia helping it on. It's zippy football. Alberto Nieto, options with him. Nieto just delayed that pass. There's a good tracking back run by Maxon to intercept. Adamak. Again, there's space for Alberto Nieto. Can he do better this time? Dinks it towards the far post. Morandi, headed, finished. Oh wait, the flag's up. The flag is up on that far side. And the linesman saying that ball went out of play as Alberto Nieto crossed it. That looked very tight indeed. That's a moment to watch back. It looked right on the line. American Soccer Club were denied a goal very controversially at the end of the first half last weekend. Player was judged to have been offside, interfering with play when they didn't touch the ball. It wasn't really the correct interpretation of the rule, in all honesty. I have to watch back this one later to see if that was a fair call or not. I'm not sure we could see from this angle exactly, but it looked very tight. A bit of confusion between Adamak and Wilson. Michael. Drilled in. It comes on the edge to the sub who's just come on, who went down. Looking for a foul. The referee waving emphatically no. Max on. That has some fizz. It's spilled, and very fortunate from Cordova's perspective. It didn't roll into the path of Owen Brandt, who was waiting for it. It just snuck out for a corner kick. Shockers can find that second at this point. I would surely seal the 3 points. Swung in. Met well by Jorge Nieto. It's going to be launched in, this throw-in. Adamak heading it. And Espinal is going to help that on. Alberto Nieto. It's Brandon DaCosta who's come on at centre forwards for Shockers, replacing Apollon. Pinto. Espinal. Mejia. Espinal returns it to Mejia. Morandi. And that's definitely a free kick. Katazi all over him. Really a piggyback. Jorge Nieto. Morandi. Sandwich between two yellow shirts. He's done really well there at Morandi though to win it back and keep it in. McFarlane there at the near post to clear out the cross. Alberto Nieto. Espinal. Slip through. Flag stays down into the side netting. It was Shane Siegel through. And again, a really good bit of goalkeeping by Daniel Shannon, who is working hard for that clean sheet and to give Shockers their first win of the season. Given on the edge, fizz back in. Met simply enough by Brandt. And now Shockers will bring it away, and they're going to look to counter-attack. Slipped on the left side. Scarano. It's a woeful effort. And looked like he might just have run out of gas there. It's been a physical, fast tempo encounter. Pinto. Shockers did push forward some numbers there. That's far too heavy by Pinto. "12 minutes of normal time remaining here. O'Kine's goal early in the first half still separates the sides. The American Soccer Club so unfortunate not to have gotten the score sheet themselves. They've had the chances. They've had the lion's share of the chances. But the killer instinct has been lacking, and Shannon has made some really top stops as well. One back, it's a good tackle. Pinto riding the tackle. They have to settle for the throw-in. Coach Fitzgerald is going to make his 4th change of the night. Mejia off. And it's Tommy Wagner who's replaced him. I think Wagner has slotted into that back 3. And both the Nieto brothers are the wing backs now, I believe. Here's Wagner with his first touch. Thorsteinsson made a mess of that. Or Lindgren, excuse me. It's going to be another corner kick for the Tomcats. Espinal once again will deliver. Nicholas Wilson is the biggest man in that penalty area. He's standing near the penalty spot. Headed out easy enough by McFarlane at the near post. Espinal opts to keep it in. Drilled crossfield. Met well by Thibault. Pinto. Really good footwork by Pinto. And he's found Chris Morandi. It comes on the edge to Matthias Adamak, saved and hat clear by Thorsteinsson. The shot was just 2 in the middle by Adamak. Couldn't find the corners. Really opened up for the skipper. Pinto, who's really found a good gear in this second half that's coming on. Did really well in that build-up. Pinto, I thought he was a little off the pace, to be honest, in the first game last week, but he is really starting to pull the strings in the middle tonight. Fired up by Wagner, too close to Shannon. Well, even if this scoreline holds, I think American Soccer Club can take so much encouragement. The fact that they have honestly outplayed the North Atlantic champions from last year, as well as the national semi-finalists. Can take a lot of belief, although they will be bitterly disappointed if they do come away with nothing, with the chances that they've created. Nieto. It's been excellent tonight, Jorge Nieto. Morandi. Drives inside. Espinal. Clever touch. Siegel. Morandi. On the corner of the penalty area. Christopher Morandi fired in. That was really moving in the air. Morandi again. Acrobatic clearance. Shannon had to get all his body behind it. There's an absolute firecracker by Morandi, and you could see the ball swerving in the air. He knuckled it. Unfortunately, from the Shockers' perspective, no one there to get the rebound. Watson Wagner. Shockers camped on the edge of their own penalty area. Wagner. Corner kick. Time is ticking. Espinal floated in and Shannon's done really well to gather that. The referee will restart with a drop ball. Shannon got a little knock in his head after he gathered that. Really good touch there by Watson. Pinto continuing to dictate the tempo. Ranging pass to Nieto, brings it down expertly. He's got Siegel in the middle along with others. Nieto going himself, Siegel! He got a slice of touches on it. To be fair to him, it was hard to get the contact because that was about knee height and it was really fizzed in. But if he had just got the slightest more contact, certain goal, certain equaliser, certain crowd pleaser, but still, American Soccer Club weight, it almost feels like a mathematical improbability that they won't score, even though there's only 5 minutes of normal time left. But if they keep creating chances like this at this rate, surely something is going to hit the back of the net. That was just a little heavy there from Pinto. I imagine we're going to get a healthy chunk of stoppage time, probably at least 4 minutes. Watson, Adamak. Wagner telegraphed that pass. But a good recovery by Alberto Nieto. What a shift he's putting on that right side. Alberto Nieto, he's just jogging back a little sluggishly, maybe a little short on energy, and you could forgive him. He's been racing up and down the touchline all night. Siegel, Pinto. Pinto taking the game by the scruff of the neck here. Fizzes it in. Morandi caught the first one, came off of a body. And fired clear. Da Costa. All by himself. No help at all. Boy Nieto will fizz it out towards his twin. Not quite enough weight on it. Shockers will make another change. Katazi will go off. And we'll restart with a throw in here. It's going to be held into the box. Headed clear by Da Costa. Wilson. Watson floating it in, but far too tame that cross. A very comfortable gather for Shannon.
Entering the game for the visitors, number 16, Dairo Hernandez.
And it's Dario Hernandez who has come on for Katsazi. Pinto. Nieto, he got fouled. And the referee, I think, probably should have let the advantage play there. Watson. Nieto. Give and go with Siegel was read well. Floated in by Wilson, met by Wagner. He got good connection, but straight at Shannon. Wicked ball in by Wilson. Lots of pace on the ball, lots of whip on it. Good spin by Michael. Turned over by Adamak. Alberto Nieto. He finds his captain, Matthias Adamak. Boy, Nieto. Adamak. 20 seconds left of normal time. Again, I foresee it. Quite a lot of additional time. Alberto Nieto. Still Nieto. Pinto whips it in. That, I think, took the final touch there off of Brand. The referee saw it that way. Corner kick for American Soccer Club. Espinal again to take. Espinal with the outswinger. Hat clear. I think what I saw was 4 or 5 minutes. Referee holding up. Unfortunately, we don't have a fourth official board. Watson has done well. Pinto. He finds Espinal, who touches it on. Hat clear by McFarlane. Espinal. Adamak. Floats out onto that right side. Wilson. Low drill! Yes! Goal for American Soccer Club at the death! It's the substitute! Wagner with their salvation! And Nicholas Wilson, the man who made there in the first half, atones with a fizzing ball across the 6-yard box. An equaliser at the death for American Soccer Club, who at the very least are almost certain to get their first point in their history. Can they go on to win this now? There's still a few minutes left. And no one watching cannot say that justice hasn't been done with the amount of chances and dominance American Soccer Club have had in this second half. It would have been a travesty had they not hit the back of the net. They found the goal. And perhaps there'll be one last twist late. The hunger these American Soccer Club players have had in their belly in the second half has really been ferocious. But Shockers are going to look to come down the other end here. Owen Brandt. Past Wilson. Tackled by Wagner. Da Costa. It's a nail-biting finish here. Thibaut. Nothing on that cross. And Wilson, who will be the most relieved man of all to see the boy at the back of the net. He's reacted so well again to the mistake he made in the first half, shown so much character, and that was a superb ball whipped in. And there's a decent one whipped in there on that left side. And that was a huge chance for Michael. Shockers, suddenly their whole approach has changed. They want the 3 points. Floated back in, but that's going to go out. And this will mark a very poor start to the season for the defending champions of the North Atlantic Conference. 1 point from their first 2 games. They dropped just 4 points all of last season. They will have already dropped more from 2 opening games. Espinal runs out for a throw-in. And that might be that. That is that. Thomas Wagner saves the day for American Soccer Club at the death. He gets them a point. Could probably argue they deserve more. So many chances in that second half. They had New York Shockers on the ropes there in that second half, certainly. After quite an even first half, both sides settle for their first point of the season. Well, guys, do not go anywhere. We will get ourselves post-match interview. We'll be offline, probably for about 10 minutes, because we're going to have to go down onto pitch side. And it's quite a precarious ladder to climb down, but bear with us and we'll have some reaction with Coach Fitzgerald and a few of the players. We'll be back shortly, guys.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The salt air case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together. I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Quick release for Hernandez. You know Hernandez is going to get there. Got some work to do. It's one man taking on an army, and it is Hernandez. He took on hell with a squirt gun, and he quenched the flames. Justine Nunez Hernandez, an impressive stamp on the match.
Foxy. There's a shot and K-Zune beats it away again.
About it. They don't want to let this opportunity pass, not equalizing. Fake shot, fake. The third shot, low and a goal! A couple dummies and a low shot makes this game 1-1.
Right side is net. Can he bend it around the wall? He's gone for it, and it's tipped over the crossbar. Lovely fingertip save by Perez. Let's see if it's enough to stop them. Joe Holland. Once again, Perez called into action.
Now trot. Cross. Oh my word! What a goal! What a team goal from New York International!
Back to the captain with a lot of space. Crossed inside, using his chest. Aristotle Zazulin to the rescue. As now his defensive expertise put to the test. Diaz trying to shield the ball away from Diallo. Diallo squeezing past. Still with the assist. Goal! South Bronx United.
Ball is back into play. Beautiful work, Winder with the nutmeg.
There's room to move here. This is Waring again. Waring puts it into the middle. Doggart! Doggart! They can't clear it off the line! Orson Doggart puts the finishing touch.
Shango can't quite keep it. Yoa, pick it up. Dangerous area. Malachi with a shot. Beautiful save from the keeper.
Now he's on. Kamara's on sides. Kamara gets around the keeper. This could be it. Could finish. It's two. That's the final whistle. Polonia seals the deal. In the last kick of the game. What an effort there by Kamara.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego. Helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together. I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Quick release for Hernandez. You know Hernandez is going to get there. Got some work to do. It's one man taking on an army, and it is Hernandez. He took on hell with a squirt gun, and he quenched the flames. Justine Nunez Hernandez, an impressive stamp on the match.
Foxy. There's a shot, and K-Zune beats it away again.
About it. They don't want to let this opportunity pass, not equalizing. Fake shot, fake. The third shot, low and a goal! A couple dummies and a low shot makes this game 1-1.
Right side, isn't it? Can he bend it around the wall? Hey guys, welcome back to Hofstra. I'm here with the stoppage time hero, Tommy Wagner. Tommy, describe the feeling of delivering the first point in American Soccer Club's history.
Wow. Literally, I just went blank. It was awesome. It was a great feeling. Came on for the last 15, 20 minutes, and I thought to myself yesterday, I manifested. I was like, if I come on, I'm scoring a goal. I mean, I'm a center back, but I was playing up high to try and get a scrappy goal at the end, but yeah, it worked out.
It was a real justice, that goal, because you guys were all over them in that second half.
Definitely.
It was starting to feel like one of those nights where you just weren't going to score because everything was thrown at it. What do you think kept your guys' belief going?
Just the team's passion. I mean, throughout training, everyone's hardworking, everyone's leaders. There's not one person that doesn't stop working throughout training, games. Last week was an unfortunate loss, but we came back this week, got the point we needed. We wished for 3 points, but hopefully next week, or we play in 2 weeks, that we can get that.
I'm not sure if you're aware, but Shockers actually won this conference last year, and they made the national semi-finals.
Yep.
How much confidence can you take from the fact that I think really over the 90 minutes you guys were the best team? How much confidence can you take from that?
Oh, loads, lots. Yeah, we could take all the confidence we can get. I mean, yeah, like I said before, we see in training how good we are, and now it's going to start to gel, and you'll see wins will keep coming and coming.
Fantastic. Well, Tommy, congratulations on the
Thank you
goal.
very much.
Enjoy it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and
Thank you.
yeah, we'll see you next time.
All right, thank
yeah,
you very
all right,
much.
take care. Okay,
Have a good one.
thanks. Okay, we're going to be back in just a second with Coach John Fitzgerald. Don't go anywhere, guys. Hey guys, I'm here with the head coach, John Fitzgerald. John, you guys played probably the best half so far this season in that second period, but did it just feel like the soccer gods were against you tonight? Because you had so many chances.
So many. I mean, so the first game last week, we didn't create enough opportunities, so we focused on that in training this week. The boys really handled it well. I think the best part about the way they entered training this week was they had a positive reaction the whole time. No one was sulking, no one was complaining. As you know, it was a controversial goal that we didn't get, which is fine. We don't focus on that. And then even again tonight, right? That's the excitement of the game. People got their money's worth. But yeah, it was a positive reaction. We feel good about it, but still, all those chances we create, I mean, credit to them. They got numbers behind the ball. We've got to do a better job finishing.
You guys were facing last year's winners of the North Atlantic Conference. Shockers made the National Final Four. You go down after 20 minutes. I'd say there was quite a rocky 10 minutes for you guys, but then you stabilised. How proud are you of the character and resilience your side is already showing?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you said it. You took the words out of my mouth. Very proud. And if you look at how the game ended, so Tommy Wagner comes on as a sub, right? He hasn't played yet. He came into a game that was high intensity. Everything is on the line. He absolutely just puts his head down and grinds, and he does that every day at training, so we knew that we could trust him, and he's got a hell of a throw-in as well as a cross. And then the guy who ends up scoring the goal is the same guy that made a terrible mistake in the first half, but he still kept his head in the game, and even at halftime, he knew it, we talked about it, got it out of his head and focused, so I was very happy for that.
It's always a loaded question to say, what are your ambitions for the end of the season, and what are your expectations? But having pretty much outplayed last year's defending champions of the North Atlantic Conference across 90 minutes, does that give you a lot more faith about how far this team could go, even though it's your first season?
No, absolutely. I think we are deep. We don't have everybody here yet, which is everybody doesn't, so it's not an excuse, but I do feel we're only going to keep getting better. And like I said, training, This is some of the highest level training I've ever worked. I coached the Cosmos, our Cosmos B team, coached the Rough Riders. I mean, this is the highest level training we have every night. These guys just come and they rat and they push each other. They hold each other accountable. So I do think that's only going to keep paying dividends. So we hope. I mean, we got to keep coming out and doing it, right?
Finally, describe the feeling when that goal went in. You guys off the board this season.
Yeah, well, now I can go have a beer because it wasn't going to happen if we didn't win the game. No, the feeling is, yeah, right. All of a sudden, you work. You feel it's supposed to come. It's going to come any minute. Time is ticking down. We're in extra time. It just absolutely release of emotion. But we also felt we could have won the game. So we kept pushing after that, and unfortunately, we ran out of time.
Yeah. Well, John, it was a really entertaining performance by you guys. Excellent attacking display. Congratulations on the point, and look forward to seeing you guys soon.
All right, thank you.
All right, cheers. Thanks very much, John. Enjoy that beer. You earned it. All right, let's see if we can try and get Nicholas. If we could get Nicholas Wilson, that'd be great. I'm just gonna get Nicholas Wilson. Hey, Nicholas. Well, Nicholas, let's get the hard stuff out of the way first. You made the error for that goal, but then you have been the one who you delivered what a ball in right at the death to save the game. I mean, describe to me firstly, how did you keep your head in the game after making that error early on?
I think, especially right before the game in the locker room, Coach Fitzgerald, he specifically told us, he said, if you make a mistake, put it in the past. Your teammates will help you. My teammates picked me up right away, and we move on. Just think about getting a result in the rest of the game, and you have to kind of put it behind you. That's the name of the game, and I think I was able to do that pretty well tonight.
You guys just got stronger and stronger as the game went on. That second half, you were really dominant. Do you feel like the chemistry is really building for the squad already?
I do. I mean, it's only our second game, so I feel like as we grow and we continue to learn each other's play styles, we're going to only be stronger and stronger as the season goes on. And as you can see tonight, like as the game went on, we just got more dominant and dominant. So I think that's something you'll see as we continue to move forward and get to know each other.
For that goal, the ball bounced out to you. I think you hit the cross in the half volley. What was going through your mind? Because you had a lot of options in the box. You had a bit of time to think about it. What was going through your mind as you delivered it in?
So at that moment, honestly, it was a great ball out wide to me. I was thinking if I can connect this sweetly and just put it in a dangerous area, any type of touch in that six is dangerous. I saw a couple of my guys making runs, and I just try to keep it low and hard right into the six, and it ended up working out.
What was the feeling when you saw that ball at the back of the net?
So much relief, because especially making the mistake, it was just great to be able to contribute to help us get back level.
Well, Nicholas, congrats on the performance. And that was actually an excellent performance from you across the board, and then that one moment, and you've ended up being the guy that's helped save the day for the team. So congrats on the performance.
Thank you.
Hope you get some rest, and we'll see you soon.
Appreciate it.
All right, cheers. Okay, thanks, Nicholas. All right, guys, well, that just about does it for us here at Hofstra. Nicholas Wilson setting up Andrew Wagner, the super sub, at the death to get a point for American Soccer Club, the first point in the history against the defending champions of the NPSL North Atlantic Conference, no less. So I think a lot of belief and promise can be taken from this performance for American Soccer Club. A lot more to come as well. But guys, thank you to American Soccer Club for bringing us down here tonight. Thank you to Salt Athletic, our sponsor. Thank you to Marlon Diaz for doing great work behind the camera. And most of all, thank you for all of you of watching. We've got a lot more coming up tomorrow. Let's just pull up that graphic real quick, Marlon. 12:15 p.m. Pad Cyprian Freedoms can win the APSL Metro title if they beat Nyack. We've got lots more, including more NPSL action. 7 p.m. Osners FC against New Haven, Richmond County against the Greek Americans, and New York Renegades against East Coast and a Long Island derby. So much more to come up on Game of Frame. But for now, thanks so much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your night, everyone.